The score override page lets you manually override a calculated score for any of your standards or students. Let's see how to do that. When you load the page, you'll first see a listing of your students in this pull down, and whichever student you choose, their current calculated scores for all your standards in the class. I'm going to click on the standard I'd like to adjust or override. Let's start with participation. What you'll see is that the screen loads all of Alexandria's participation scores for assignments that included that standard, including a simple graph over time of how she performed. You can see she received proficient, mastery, another P, and then the most recent score was an N. That's why her current calculated score is an N, not yet proficient, because the teacher has chosen a scoring rule to use the most recent score as the calculated score. If you click the calculation method, you can see what Alexandria's score would be if other methods were chosen instead. But let's override this score. Perhaps I think that Alexandria's score should be a P for the term. It better reflects her overall performance. In that case, I'm going to choose a score adjustment type. I can either override the score for the rest of the year, for this current term only, term 1, or just add a one-off score that's not directly linked to any particular assignment. Let's override the score. When I choose to override the score, we have her current calculated score, my choices to override with whatever I choose, and I need to add some kind of comment so that Alexandria knows why this override is there. I click Save, and the screen saves and reloads. Immediately, you'll see that her participation score is now P, proficient, because that is the term override. Even though her calculated score would have been an N, we've chosen to show on the report card, the student learning snapshot, a score proficient. You could do this for any standard you want. And in addition, you can shoot through different students quickly by using either of these directions, save and move to the next student, save and move to the previous student, or just use the pull-down menu to select the student that you like. In this case, you might say for Ignacio, instead of a score override, perhaps it's just an individual assignment, which is just what we call an individual assessment. Perhaps you were walking around the room and you had a chance to assess Ignacio in a way that wasn't a formal or official assignment. I can simply say, great, I observed Ignacio. I will add my comment here. And I can even choose the date. Maybe I did it yesterday, and that's where I'd like it to appear. Again, I click Save, and now you see there's an individual assignment that is just added to the mix for the calculated score. At any point, you can double-click the trash can, and it will ask you, are you sure? If you are sure you want to delete that individual assignment we just have, and the score reverts back to what it would normally be calculated as without the addition of any override or assignments. We can go back to Alexandria and do the same thing. Her score currently is overridden with a score of proficient. That's why her score is there. But if I double click the trash can and say, yes, I'm sure, it removes that override and Alexandria is back to showing a not yet proficient. That's all there is to it.